Brad Smith, good to see you again, my friend.
Hello, Trevor. It's another week. It's another month. We're in May of COVID time.
Right.
Time goes more slowly.
I've actually started enjoying seeing your face more and more because I only see you on Fridays. And so now you have become the cue that lets me know that this is the weekend. So you're my weekend face. That's what you've become now. I've really enjoyed the conversations we've been having in and around what different parts of our communities are doing to keep going during COVID-19. And I think one of the biggest things that I know has affected me and millions of people around the world, I mean, one of my best friends is going crazy right now, is the lack of sports. And I know that Microsoft has a huge relationship with the NFL. So I wanted to chat to you today about what's going on with the NFL. Everyone wants to know.
Obviously, we at Microsoft work with every team in the NFL for the draft because it was all done virtually using Microsoft Teams. But we as a company get to work with the NFL in some other ways as well, including with our TechSpark program, which you and I have talked about before. There's a great organization that embodies, I think, all that is really terrific about the Midwest, the Green Bay Packers. And so I want to introduce you, Trevor, to Mark Murphy. He joins us. He's the president and CEO of the Packers.
Great to be here with you, Trevor and Brad.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining us. I think I'm, like many other people, have always been enthralled by what your organization has achieved. I mean, the Green Bay Packers are synonymous with phenomenal results and an impact in their community as well.
We're a very unique organization. We're community owned. We are by far in the smallest market of any professional sports team. At our core is giving back to our community and supporting it.
The organization has put a lot of effort into the community itself right now. Tell me about that.
We've done a number of different things. We created a $1.5 million relief fund, just made a $250,000 grant to the 3 hospitals in Green Bay for personal protective equipment. We're trying to do a lot of different things on our website. We don't have anything as popular as Tiger King, but we just put Legacy out, which is a documentary for celebrating our 100th anniversary. Every week we're putting a new episode out. You know, one other thing I want to mention, there's a real need in the community. We need to do something to feed healthcare workers who are on the front line. And also those in the school, because the schools are still providing lunches. And we are now providing 1,500 meals a week for people in the community.
Yeah, I think one thing a lot of people don't realize is just like in the entertainment industry where I am, we really rely on people flattening the curve, and we have almost, one of the highest vested interests in getting things started again safely because we rely on big groups of people coming together to support what we do.
The league and our commissioner, Roger Goodell, made a very difficult decision to go ahead with the draft last week. And one of the thoughts was that people need a distraction.
I loved the virtual draft for one specific reason, and it was the fact that it felt a lot more personal than it's ever been. We got to see people with their families where they live. We got to see a little taste of who the owners were, who the coaches were. It was an interesting way to do it. I actually don't think it's the worst way to hold a draft going forward. I think that's why a lot of people enjoyed it.
No, I agree with you. I've heard an awful lot of the same things. I mean, for our team, our head coach, Matt LaFleur, and Brian Gutekunst both have young children, and they were right there with them. And you saw Bill Belichick with his dog sitting up at the computer.
Brad, let's talk a little bit about some of the programs that you've been really passionate about. One thing that's really been inspiring is seeing all these startups that you've been a part of. You're teaming up with the Packers. Tell me a little bit about those programs. About
3 years ago, we recognized that there was almost a marriage here of unlikely partners to bring technology and the pillar of Green Bay together and found what is now known as Titletown Tech. Microsoft and the Packers each invested $5 million into a center. Startups get started there. Both of us, Microsoft and the Packers, have pledged that if there's profits to be made from these startups, and we hope there will be, we'll reinvest all of our profits in the community. I think it's really wonderful that one of the coincidences is that some of them have, in fact, been working on health and medical technology, new apps. And Mark, I think some of this is even coming into play in the context of COVID-19.
Yeah, absolutely, Brad. We've got some great success stories already. A startup called Strive Orthopedics is out there. It's basically telemedicine for those people with orthopedic issues. And Strive is partnered with the NFL alumni. The other one, and Brad, I know you know about, is a startup called Oculogica, which can diagnose concussions by monitoring eye movement.
Yeah, I've had a chance to see their technology, and it really is quite remarkable. And it could really, I think, transform the future of, frankly, all kinds of sports.
Mark, before we let you go, I think everyone would want to know one, looming question, and that is there going to be an NFL, and what is it going to be?
Well, obviously, that's the million-dollar question.
Is the NFL even going to kick off the way we know how? Are the players going to be on like a secret island where you just play all of your games? What do you know about the NFL coming back or not?
I would say this. The league is going forward. We're going to put out and announce our schedule, and we are going forward planning to have a regular season starting on a regular time. That's certainly a hope. We're not going to do anything to put our players or our fans at safety or health risk. We still have, just under 5 months before the start of our season. We can really learn from what the NBA, the NHL, Major League Baseball, how they've handled it. We do realize that this is important not only to our players and our organizations, but also to the fans across the country. And we want to try to get back as soon as possible to some sense of normalcy.
Well, Mark, thank you so much again for your time. And Brad, it's been fun as always. Good luck for the season.
All right. I appreciate it. Thanks, Trevor.
See you.
Thank you, Brad. Trevor, you're always invited to come out to a game.
Definitely. I hope I won't come when it's too cold. I've been out there when it's winter, and I've seldom felt cold like that. And I don't even know how Aaron throws the ball in those temperatures. I won't lie.